Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, June 29th, 2023. This is our last session for June. We'll be in July next week. Tuesday is a holiday, so I will be dark on Tuesday. And I'll have to look for the schedule. I'll go ahead and get it up this afternoon, or after we leave today. Whether or not crude oil inventory report is Wednesday or Thursday this week. Many people are getting 4 days, this 4-day weekend this week. Some people are just getting Tuesday. So we will see what happens. The federal holiday is actually Tuesday, so I'm not sure when the inventory report is going to be. Anyway, this room is for information and education purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right, crude this morning. That one's too early. That one's too fast to trade. 2 seconds and it's gone the other direction to stop out, but certainly not enough time to have gotten an order in. This one, unfortunately, definitely a stop and reverse. That goes 34 to 48, loss of 28 ticks, 14 tick risk at stop and reverse. So 48 to 59, we get 11, and 67, we get 19. So 30 ticks on our two targets. 2 ticks positive and power of quitting. Please do say hello in the chat this morning. Unleaded was a bit more difficult this morning. 39 seconds after the hour, we definitely get this trade. 59 tick risk, loss of 118. I did take a look at this one. It's right here. So we have our entry right in here, entry time right in here, kind of in the middle. So we are at 8 seconds. We're right at the entry, and I would say that one is not avoidable, unfortunately. So that one gives us another full loss of 68 tick risk this time, 136 tick loss. So we're down 254. This is the 200 EMA trade, and also a quick spike through. So I'm going to assume that's no trade. Long here we get 58 ticks on target 2, 53 ticks on the trailer for 111. So that puts us down 143 for target 2. No trigger on the short, no trigger on the long. We then get the short at 857. That gives us a 59 tick target 2, and 57 to 33. So 24. That gives us 73 ticks. I'm sorry, 83 ticks. So we're down 60. We have a long trade here. Probably in that, I'm going to assume we did get in that. 846. So we have a stop and reverse to short at 808. That's a loss of 76. So we're down 150 or 136. We pick up 46 on target. And stop out at 786 from 86 from 08 is 22 ticks. So 22 and 46 is 68. That is trade number 6. So that's our last trade. And we are in our 9:30 session. YM with a long trade that looks like it getting close to money management. Hadn't gotten there yet. 50 and 200 getting very close there. So, not getting anything on, or we end up down about 68 on unleaded. Flat so far on the micro Russell. We are in our session. We need a pullback, and then now it's gone too far, so no trade on the long on the micro NQ. And we get money management and target 1 on the YM, 28 ticks. Stop comes to our break even at 084. And this will be a POQ trade on soybeans. Long on soybeans, this would be our latest trade at the time. So we do get a long there that survives and now has hit target 1 for 10 ticks and moving on target 2. Let's see, target 2 is up here for this trade. Stop at 65 3/4 and target 2 achieved, 10 and 16 ticks. YM at 0.99 for the stop. Still nothing on the micro Russell and still flat on the micro NQ. Short trade on the micro NQ. Time to get in it. Target 3 on the Russell, or I'm sorry, on soybeans. Stop at 67 flat. 26, 48 ticks. 12 points on our targets. And the YM off to the races. 123 for the stop. Going through all 4 targets. Micro NQ is short. And Micro NQ hits its stop for a full stop out on trade number 1. Stop at 129 flat. And we got to 129 and a quarter. $67 and a quarter for soybeans. 133 for the YM. Good morning, Pamela. YM giving us a really nice, giving us a bit of a runner here on the long trade. 143, 148 now. From an entry at 83. So we've got 65 ticks in hand on the trailer. Soybean still at 67 and a quarter, although it may, if we get a close above the balance line, it's coming up to 69.50 it looks like, or 68.50, 68 and a half. A new long setup on the Micro NQ. And YM to 154. 71 ticks. And the Micro NQ triggers in. Micro Russell setting new session highs, but no trades. Trade occurred before we could get beyond the 22 EMA on the Micro Russell, but that was before our start time as well. Actually, no, it was right about start time, but EMA filter kept us from getting into the trade, and we haven't had any other crossovers to set up trades off of. 164 for the YM. YM and the Micro Russell are both on a tear upwards. Micro Russell setting new session highs. The YM into positive territory, bouncing off of session lows to pick up this setup, testing them one more time, and then off to the races. And good morning, Aaron. $174 on the YM. And we did move up to 68.50 for the 68.50 for the stop on soybeans. So that is 12 ticks. Another 3 points, so we have at least 15 points in hand. And now another up. Soybeans, seeing if it's going to continue. That may be a bullish flag pattern. If we can exceed, and there we go above the, and no, it's testing exactly to the swing level at 71 3/4. If we can exceed that swing level, then we have a very good chance of getting another up leg. 177 for the YM. $94 ticks on the trailer. 28 on target. $5 a tick. We're already looking at a $600 trade on 2 positions. 69.75. I'm afraid that's 5 ticks. You almost have to move that up on soybeans. $184. 101 ticks on the YM trailer. 129 total. And still trailing. Loss number 2 on the micro NQ, and we have a short setup. I'm guessing that was not tradable. We touched the entry and now we've hit the stop. I'm going to assume a no trade there, since I wasn't looking at it. And the YM stopping out at 188 for 105 ticks. On the trailer, 133 net. $665 trade. And one and done, obviously. And soybeans did stop out at 69.75, gives us 16.25 points. So that's an $812.50 for a one and done session on soybeans. This is a no trade on the micro NQ, and now we have a short. Now, and we hit. The reversal also filtered out by the EMA. We didn't get far enough to get beyond the EMA with the setup on the crossover. So no trade on the micro Russell yet. $15 minutes to our crude inventory session. Micro NQ at new session lows. Micro Russell just coming off of session highs, and the YM pulling back from its strong up move from a session low at 051, getting as high as 214. So a 160 something tick up move, giving some of that back now, coming back to test the 50, it looks like. So it looks like maybe we have a reaction on the Russell. If this is going to be a subsequent action, this will be a good trade. Not quite got the crossover yet. This bar will give us the crossover, and there's the trade. Touched the entry a little too fast, but certainly a get in sync. Move up to 1.7 if you're not already in. Not quite getting the money management on the micro NQ, coming back to the entry. We're definitely in this trade. And we're now in the Russell long as well. None of the three sure if they're going to continue up or pull back now. Micro NQ rejected off the 200 EMA, and now back at the trying to work back up through the 50 EMA, but yes, still trying to work up through. And the YM sitting right around the 20 SMA. Micro Russell full stop out for trade number one. Our Catapult E-Mini's not working out real well this morning. 2 losses so far on the Micro NQ, 1 on the Micro Russell, and a short trade. Touched the entry there, probably enough time to have gotten in that, to have had your order in. Crude going 2 and done on the 9 a.m. mini session this morning. YM 1 and done for a big trade, 133 tick net. $105 ticks on the trailer. And a full stop out on the short. Then we go to a long on the Micro Russell. 2 losses on the Micro Russell. It's like 2 losses on the Micro NQ. We got our 14 ticks. So that is going to be a break-even stop out on the Micro Russell at 92.7. Target 1 at 27 flat on the Micro NQ. And we did get there, so Micro NQ at 110 3/4 for the break-even stop. Calculator tracking the Micro Russell trade, but we did stop out intra-bar on that one. Under 9 minutes to crude mini session at 10 a.m. Start tracking these trades so we can, if it is still a get in sync, we can use it. 10 a.m. crude mini session upcoming. Micro Russell, Micro NQ, active charts. Pound Aussie still active, but no trades so far this morning since our 8:30 start time. And the Russell, unfortunately, that was an intra-bar break-even stop. We did hit our 14 tick minimum. So coming to break even at 92.7 intra-bar and it came back and came all the way to the entry at 92.6 before going up. So out at break even on that one, even though the calculator's tracking a winner. So 6 minutes to crude session. Still a valid break, get in sync trade. But we've got another 6 minutes to go. And stopping out for a break even on the Micro NQ. So Micro NQ and the Micro Russell both giving us break even after 2 losses. Short trade upcoming. There it is on the Micro NQ. That was too fat. That now we're back in it. Short on the Micro Russell or Micro NQ. Trade number 4. Four minutes to go, and we have a get in sync long now on crude. Waiting for a new setup on the Micro Russell. Calculator is tracking this as a winning trade, but unfortunately moving our stop intra-bar to break even. We stopped out at break even. Crude trade went too far. So that is off the table. A third loss would end the session on the micro NQ. Under 2 minutes to go on crude. Minute 10. We'll need a new trade on crude oil, and we are flat now. It did stop out of that trade. $50 seconds to go. $30 seconds to go. Breaking out to new highs, or equaling the previous high at 09. 15 seconds. And we're in our 10 a.m. session, waiting for a new trade. The YM and the micro Russell looking like they're continuing the upward moves. Micro Russell now at session highs again, setting new session highs. YM, where is its session high? 266, and it's about in the 240s now. And we did stop out of the micro NQ short trade. That is loss number 3, and that ends that session. Micro NQ definitely finding resistance at the 200 EMA. And there is a long trade on crude. Crude pushing up toward money management. There's money management. Target at 38, and we get there. So there is target 1, 17 ticks. Target 2 at 48 for 27 ticks coming up. Gotten to 45, 46 it looks like is the high, 2 ticks away. Stop at 22. And we did get up to 47, 1 tick away. I wouldn't argue over that last tick. If it comes back up there again, mark it out. I would put my stop for that second position up at target 1 at this point. I'm not going to let it come all the way back for a break even. And there's target 2, blows through it, full target, 44 ticks on a one and done session for the 10 a.m. session. Much better result than, well, actually no, you got a 2-tick, essentially break-even session this morning, but much better than the unleaded session. All right, so the pound Aussie and the micro Russell are the only things still available to trade. Both of them flat at the moment. Small excursion above. Good morning, Miles. Small excursion on the micro NQ above the 200 EMA, but pulling back again. But that session is done with 3 losses. Now it's showing a significant down move, and actually, yep, there's a target too. Micro Russell also stopping out of the trade it was tracking. And the YM setting up a short. So sentiment seems to be changing shortly after 10 o'clock. We'll see if this is just another reaction and we get another action move. But this move up was not nearly as strong as the initial, so I wouldn't expect as strong a reaction or an action move, a third action move here. We'll give it 5 minutes or so and see if it sets up something for us. But at this point, everything except our 2 far left-hand charts are done. Micro Russell on Catapult, upper left, Pound Aussie on Spotlight on the lower left. Pound Aussie showing us a short setup. Small setup. Money management down here at 057. Our entries at 069. I would make that same total position size you would normally use on the Pound Aussie, but that I'd make that a 2-position trade. Half at target 4 and half trail. Short trade on the Micro Russell. Target 1 less than 10 ticks. Because of a major key level, it's like. Yeah, well, just a key level adjustment around the 96.0. No trigger on the Pound Aussie did trigger trigger short. As I said, I would treat this one as a 2-position trade, target 4 and trail, because of the size of the trade. Put on your same total position size, but 2 positions rather than 5. Micro Russell Catapult short on trade number 4 this morning. It's going to have to push through the 50 EMA to go down. Micro Russell trade in trouble, and there's a stop out, so that ends that session. That's the 3rd loss on the Micro Russell this morning. Catapult E-mini set charts, the Micro Russell and Micro NQ, both 3-loss sessions this morning. Tough day on those two. Spotlight did well with a very strong up move, 1 and done on the YM. And the Pound Aussie showing a down move now. Mild one so far. Hitting to get to 570 for money management. And coming back up. So Pound Aussie still not sure where it's going to go. But that's the only thing remaining this morning. And that's been very, very slow. Just in its first trade. So I am going to call it a morning. Everything else, all of our other charts are done. Unless there are questions. Do we have any questions this morning? Yeah. Hey, you're quite welcome, Aaron. You're very welcome, Pamela. We'll see you in the Colombian session this morning at 11, I believe, correct? You too, Miles. We'll see everybody Wednesday morning at 9:30. And I will know sometime before then for sure. Actually, now is a really good time to check on this week and see when Yep, crude inventory is on Thursday, so regular Wednesday session, Thursday sessions 9:30 and 11 next week. No session on Tuesday because that is July the 4th holiday. All right, we will see everybody next week on Wednesday. Have a good one.